how to enter attendance manually on the Missouri Workshop Calendar. Okay, so after you get logged in, you're going to see the menu in front of you, and we're going to want to go to the third button that is titled Enter Session Attendance. Okay, from here, you need to locate the training you need to enter attendance for. So for the purposes of this one, we're going to use this top training on my list. So then we'll go into the blue button that says Enter Attendance. Okay, and then we have two options, as you can see, and for this video we are going to look at Enter Attendance manually. So we'll click there. Okay, so the first step in entering attendance manually is what we'll need to do is right here where the blue button that says Add 10 Rows. We'll want to click that first. Okay, so then to enter an individual, we will need to input their MoPD ID. So I'm going to input a couple of MoPD IDs to show you what this will look like. Okay, one more. Okay, once you have entered all the MoPD IDs that you need to, and this is a side note, you can add as many 10 rows as you need to. Just keep hitting that button and it'll keep adding more spaces for you to enter those MoPD IDs. But once you have all of them entered, you'll come up here to the green Verify Attendees button and click that. And those individuals that you've entered their MoPD IDs will then, it'll populate their first and last name and also populate the certification date and the expiration of that certification. All right, so the next step here when dealing with a first aid CPR training is we need to check the boxes under the columns that apply for this training. So if this training was for first aid infant and CPR infant, then what we would need to do is check the boxes below those columns. And an easier way to do that is you can click the heading and it will select all the boxes below. And we'll do the same for the CPR infant. Okay, and we need to ensure that the correct credit has been given. So as we scroll over, you have your credit column and your no credit column. Just ensure that all of those are correct. If you are denying credit, also make sure there is a note added. A little drop down, it gives reasons for not awarding credit. We'll need to select one of those. Okay, so then the next step here is to upload our sign-in sheet. So if we come to the bottom of the page, you'll see the big long blue button that says Upload the sign-in sheet and View Previously Uploaded Files. So if we'll click on that, we'll need to scroll down a little bit on the page, and then you will have an option to upload a file right over here. So we'll choose File. And I'm going to go locate my sign-in sheet, which is right here. And then you will see it come up underneath that section, and then we will just hit the blue Upload button. And in just a moment, that will populate over here on the right-hand side. And as you can see, I have some extra documents here, so I'm just going to hit the red X to get rid of those. And then as you can see, our sign-in sheet has populated on the right. Okay, so then we're going to go back up to the top of the page and save the attendance. At the top right-hand side, we're going to hit Save Attendance, and you'll get the pop-up that says Save Attendance Saved as Draft. And we can close that out. And once all of those steps have been completed, we will go to the bottom here and hit Close and Archive Attendance for Session, the big green button in the bottom corner. But before we do that, I just want to show you one other feature here we have on the Entering Attendance manually. You'll see right here it says Sort Attendees By. So if you have a lot of attendees that you're managing within a training, you can have them appear as you entered them, as you enter their MoPD IDs. Or if you click on the drop-down menu, you can list them by their last name, by their first name, in MoPD ID order. You can put all the ones that received credit together, and obviously the no credit would be after that. So whichever of those you prefer, you can utilize. Okay, so now that we have covered the entering attendance manually, I am going to come down here and hit close and archive attendance for session. It is going to ask you if you are sure you're ready to archive this attendance. And if you are, then you just hit yes. If not, hit no and go back and fix what you need to fix. For this instance, we are good to go. So I'm going to hit yes. And then it'll let you know that your attendance has been completed. All right. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope this was helpful.